story that popped up in the Daily Mail today. They've based it on one well-placed source, but...
He's a dickhead, this guy.
Of course, the Daily Mail, we
sounds
don't
like
expect
Murray.
the gospel truth from them. But they are peddling this story that apparently Linda Burney, the woman who, of course, the Indigenous Affairs Minister, who is so bad at being the Indigenous Affairs Minister, wanted the voice that she failed to get up, now is going along, we want all these regional and rural voices, whatever. Apparently she could be the next Governor-General. I mean, can you think of anyone less qualified for the job of Governor-General, a political failure, than Linda Burney? Now, just think for a moment.
You're a grump,
all the
mate.
things
You're a
she
grump.
said during the Voice campaign.
They're all
most
grubs,
of
these
which
people on the
was
TV.
pretty ropey and hard to understand. So, look, we were thinking tonight, we're going to show you a highlight reel of all of her worst moments from the Voice campaign. There were so many that we literally would have taken up the entire show.
This would be interesting.
We're not gonna bother with any of that tonight. You know what we're talking about. But I thought it was worth going through some of our most recent Governors General. She would be the 28th if she got the job, by the way. So at the moment we've got David Hurley, General David Hurley, former Defence Chief, the kind of bloke you'd want for Governor General. Before that, Sir Peter Cosgrove, same
That's
deal,
not true
former
about
Defence
David
Chief.
Hurley. He's not Governor
Before
General.
that, Dame Quentin Bryce, dedicated public servant, charity director, the kind of person
Supposed
you
to
want for
resign or
Governor
whatever.
General. Before that, Major General Michael Jeffrey, Deputy Chief of Staff to the Defence Force, an achieved man, the kind of bloke you want for Governor General. Before that, Peter Hollingworth, the former Archbishop of Brisbane, former Australian of the Year. Exactly the kind of person you want to be our head of state. Well, actually, our head of state is the King, but the head of state's representative in Australia. Can you imagine? Linda Burney, political failure, can't string a sentence together, couldn't get the voice up for the next Governor General. The only good thing about it would be that she is no longer in Parliament.
And I think that's the reason why she's being considered, Caleb. I love this line from the article.
I don't know
It said,
that she is being considered.
well, she hasn't denied it, and apparently there's been
denied it,
talk.
which goes to show she must really rate
She
herself
loves
the position, because if
I
someone
could be
is
the Governor
like,
General.
so would you be Prime Minister, Liz? And I'm like, well, I'm not going to say, am I? But obviously, you'd just say, oh, me, Governor General. No.
Well, she's thinking the Yes campaign
She's like,
went so well, why not?
I'm inclined to comment.
I love this
They're
line
all-
from the article that Linda Burney for Governor General has
on
been,
these
quote,
channels.
floated for some time
Every
and
channel.
openly discussed by some running the failed Yes campaign. Why do you think they would be openly discussing? That's code for, what are we going to do with her, guys?
Oh, and if you read, we talked about it last night when we went through the front pages, but the exclusive story in the Oz today about the fact that the federal government is now considering having these local voices. I mean, Burney is basically talking about, I need these people to tell me what's going on in the communities so I can do my job as Indigenous Affairs Minister.
Yes.
I thought your job as Indigenous Affairs Minister was to be
find
across
out.
that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, she is just openly admitting that she can't do her job. She needs other people to do it for her. And she could be GG.
Which raises a couple of problems here, right? The first one is, how does Anthony Albanese remove his Indigenous Affairs Minister, who clearly has not been performing,
He can't.
but how does he do that without, being racist? And second, does this not raise the delicious irony where the Indigenous Affairs Minister campaigning for a voice because, colonisation just hasn't worked for Indigenous people, becoming the representative of the King?
They're all
Oh my
fuckers, these people.
Surely she should have denied it even on that basis.
I know.
Just been like, well, no, because I don't. Because again, the irony as well is that Labor are Republicans. They want a republic. So the very idea of them putting one of their own forward to become a Governor General at a time when they want to ditch that system. They want to get rid of our constitutional monarchy. They have a minister for the Republic, for crying out loud, Matt Thistlethwaite, and they're very much edging in that direction, or at least they were until we voted down the voice, because they said if this gets up, our next referendum will be on becoming a republic, and now they kind of know.
Hey, it could be worse, though. You could have President Linda Burney Imagine that. Like if we had the Republic,
Just
President
stop.
Lyndon.
No.
But
Worked
the
out
thing
how
about-
Caleb
the thing
Worse,
about
that would be
PG
President Lydia Thorpe.
Oh my God, don't even. Actually, I would almost endorse that just for the shit stirring. Like, it would be seriously good.
Just for the
the
headline.
thing
You're
about
a
GG,
fuckwit.
though, is like it is largely a ceremonial role. But
Yeah.
don't forget, if we go back to the Whitlam government, you know, John Kerr had to make serious decisions about the future of the Australian government. And can you imagine Linda Burney having that role? I mean,
Well,
please.
actually, you've just convinced me, because isn't this a way for monarchists like us to ensure that our system of government remains the way it is? Put Linda Burney as the Governor General. You can't then remove
can't
her from
boot.
Republic.
No.
Just
No,
stroke
you
it.
can't.
I like it.
Vest serious constitutional powers in the hands of Linda Burney.
I am
love it.
convinced.
I love
You
it.
grubs.
Well, the Palestinian flag is being